Hi, I'm T.R. Williams, County Executive.
Hi, I'm Keith Durham, Mayor of the City of Lawrenceburg, the birthplace of Southern gospel music and the home of David Crockett.
Hi everybody, I'm Alan Betts. I'm host president of the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series held in Lawrenceburg.
On behalf of the citizens of Lawrence County,
I want to welcome you to the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series.
PSEC Productions, in association with K2 Media, proudly presents the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series on the X Sports Radio Network and X Sports TV Online. Now, live from the birthplace of Southern gospel music and the land of Crockett, with Stanley Wilson, here's J.P. Plant.
And we welcome you to Lawrenceburg, Tennessee in the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series. It is Sunday and technically Game 3 as we welcome you into our Parks Lumber broadcast booth in Denver Trap Field. J.P. Plant alongside Stanley Wilson is Game 2 for us today. Games 9 and 10, 11 and 12 that we're playing this afternoon. Originally, it was supposed to be played yesterday on Saturday. Friday night got washed out. Saturday got washed out until late in the evening. Only got 2 games in on each field. So we're playing 8 games today on 2 fields, Stanley. And Lawrenceburg and Eau Claire, Wisconsin are up next. And so the host team coming out on Sunday afternoon. Around 2:30 is going to be our first pitch, so about another 7 minutes or so as the teams are starting to come in the dugouts. We'll get the starting lineups coming up in just a bit. But the weather appears to have held off. We thought we might get a few showers late in that first game. Stanley saw some on the radar, some rain coming up from the south. But we're seeing some blue skies, and looks like we might be able to catch up this afternoon with a lot of baseball.
Yeah, the weather has held up very well this Sunday afternoon, and so we're playing the 8 o'clock Saturday game right now. That's where we are. We're almost caught up with our regular schedule. So after today, we'll be back on schedule and ready for the elimination games. After one more day of pool play tomorrow, then the elimination games will start Tuesday, and then the semifinals Wednesday, and, of course, the championship game Thursday night. So we're still in pool play right now.
Yeah, and, of course, on catching up on the other field as well, Tom Cruise Field, they're playing their Saturday night game as coming up Giles County and South Brazoria, Texas will be playing. And Texas, of course, defeated California, the team we just saw here on Denver Trap in the opening game, one of the opening games, as Texas scored 7 runs, I think, in the last inning to steal a win from California.
Yeah, the top of the 7th, they scored 7 runs. They went on to win the game 8-3, and so you know that California like to have another shot at them, but Texas seems like they may be one of the better teams over in that division.
Yeah, so Wisconsin coming in with an 0-2 record. Lawrenceburg, the host team, with a 2-0 record. So Tennessee, the jerseys that you may see here in just a few moments with the host team, they're wearing those creamsicles again, 3rd game in a row. Last year they switched it up quite a bit. I guess, superstitious, you think maybe?
Well, they've got one that kind of the camouflage look. They'll probably pull those out tomorrow. But I want to mention something. We had our first home run of the tournament.
There you go.
Nolan Ott, Ed Ott, the former major leaguer, his nephew, Nolan Ott, hit one over the left field fence for Pennsylvania from Williamsport, the West End Williamsport game, in the win over Fargo, North Dakota in their earlier game. So our first over-the-fence home run.
All right. Well, we're just getting started. We'll take a break. When we return, we'll get you ready for the keys to the game. We'll have our first farmer starting lineups and more as we get you ready for Lawrenceburg, the host team, versus Eau Claire, Wisconsin, live from the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series, only on the X Sports Radio Network and X Sports TV. We will take a 3-minute timeout, and we'll be back with the starters and more when we return.
There are many reasons to see Lawrence County, Tennessee. See it for the nature. See it for the culture. See it for the history. See it for the recreation. See it live. Lawrence County, Tennessee. Simple pleasures, natural treasures. For more information on Lawrence County tourism, visit sealawco.com or contact the Lawrence County Chamber of Commerce.
Why do people all over the Tennessee Valley love Story and Lee furniture?
I haven't found anything in the whole Tennessee Valley that's the size of Story and Lee.
We know when we come into Story and Lee, we're going to get good quality furniture. We know we're going to get a great price.
With over 144,000 square feet of furniture to choose from, it's the largest furniture store in the Tennessee Valley.
When we go look other places, we always wind up back here for a better buy.
You got to come see Story and Lee.
Story and Lee Furniture in Leoma, Tennessee.
Main Street Lawrenceburg is proud to support the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series. Downtown is in the midst of an incredible revitalization led by Daryl Valentine and the Main Street Board in an effort to make downtown the heartbeat of the city. Come join us downtown where you'll find many shops and restaurants for folks of all ages, streets full of history, and much more. Visit MainStreetLawrenceburgTN.com. On behalf of Daryl Valentine and myself, April Judkins, Main Street Lawrenceburg Director, we hope to see you downtown.
They say time is money, and if your life is any indication, they sure are right. That's why First Tennessee offers convenient online and mobile tools so you can bank whenever and wherever you like. The kind of time-saving services our neighbors in Middle Tennessee are looking for. Because there's always another game, coffee, meeting, dinner, project, weekend, errand, concert, date you need to get to. First Tennessee, serving the state for over 150 years.
There are many reasons to see Lawrence County, Tennessee. See it for the nature. See it for the culture. See it for the history. See it for the recreation. See it live. Lawrence County, Tennessee. Simple pleasures, natural treasures. For more information on Lawrence County tourism, visit sealawco.com or contact the Lawrence County Chamber of Commerce.
And welcome back to the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series as we are getting set for live action. We're going to have the Babe Ruth Sportsmanship Code. While they read that, Stan, let's get to our keys to the game.
All right, for the home team, Eau Claire, Wisconsin. They're 0-2 in pool play. They need to win in the worst way. They're going to have to find some offense and try to keep this Lawrenceburg team off the base paths today. For Lawrenceburg, Jacob James will go on the mound, and Jacob has not pitched for a little while. He's pitched back up in Nashville against a Michigan team, and he says if his best pitch is his curveball, if it's working good, he's on. Those were the keys of the game, brought to you by Williams Auto Sales and Auto Credit. The next time you're looking for a car or truck, go see Bobby or Raleigh for your new set of keys.
All right, since there was a national anthem before the first game, we will not be hearing from one at this point. So we'll get right into our first Farmers starting lineups, brought to you by First Farmers Bank. For the life you lead. The host team from Lawrenceburg will be the visitors on the scoreboard this afternoon. They will lead off with Coulter Hauser in center, Jacob Hallmark at short. Ryan Weathers will hit third, playing first. Lance Pope in left, hitting cleanup. And Sam Crane will be at second, hitting fifth. Bailey Burleson bats sixth, the extra hitter this afternoon. Bradley Huckabee is hitting seventh behind the plate. Drew Bailey is at third, hits eighth. Jacob James, the pitcher, on the mound tonight, or this afternoon, will hit ninth. And Ben Staggs in right field will hit 10th. So again, it's worked the first two games, Stanley. Lawrenceburg using that extra hitter, Jacob Law's first couple of games, giving him a rest today, could mean, typically in the past, it has meant that he will be ready for some pitching, possibly in relief. So we'll see what happens there. On the mound for Eau Claire, Wisconsin will be Ryan Vinny. Tyler Greenland is behind the plate. Elliot Van Grunsven at third. Trey Moore at short. Ben Prissel is at second. Keegan Calchera is at first base. The outfield looks like this. In left, Tyler Ryman-Schneider. In center, Jackson Koska. And in right field, Noah Hansen. for the Ohio Valley champs from Eau Claire, Wisconsin.
Our Martin Methodist College weather report brought to you by Martin Methodist College, providing an education that's personal. It's in the low 80s right now, but the dew point has gone up, and fortunately for us, the clouds have kind of dissipated and gone around us, so it looks like we're going to have a good afternoon for baseball. I felt a couple of moisture drops out there while I was in the dugout talking to some of the kids from Lawrenceburg earlier, but looks like we're going to be in good shape for some baseball here.
All right, so it's worked the first two games. Coulter Hauser and Jacob Hallmark have both gotten on base to start the first inning, and both have scored. Let's see what kind of pattern the host team from Lawrenceburg can do today. They are 2-0 with wins over Fargo, North Dakota, and Pittsfield, Massachusetts. Now they face Eau Claire, Wisconsin. And the last game in pool play for Lawrenceburg, which is scheduled for Monday night, will be against West End, Pennsylvania.
I was talking to Michael Crane, one of the coaches for Lawrenceburg. He said we got to jump out on them early. That's what he wants to do. And that's what they've done in the last two games that they've been in. They've scored some runs in the first inning. Let's see what they can do here.
All right, we're about set for first pitch from Ryan Vinny. Here it is. It is high for ball one, and we are underway at 2:33 p.m. Central Time from Denver Trapp Field in Lawrenceburg, Tennessee. So glad you're with us this afternoon. Here's the 1-0 from Vinny. It is going to be high, 2-0.
Right now, the pitcher for Wisconsin missing high in the strike zone. Trying to find his groove right here.
Hauser takes that one a little high. For ball three, Hauser has a slight crouch. Oftentimes can really shorten that strike zone a little bit, Stanley. Here's the 3-0. That one's high, too.
Way high.
And a four-pitch walk for Coulter Hauser. So just like Thursday and just like last night, Hauser leads off the game, gets on. Hallmark followed the last two. Let's see what happens here.
Yeah, he's a hot hitter right here, Hollywood Hallmark. Jacob is hitting the ball, is seeing it very well, JP. Using two umpires today. We've been going with three, but because of the doubleheader, they were using only two and letting one person rest.
It's a wise decision.
Yeah.
Throw over to first.
It's a muggy day.
Yes, it is. Sun's starting to come out a little bit. It's still kind of behind the clouds. Still partly to mostly cloudy. We do have some blue skies. As you heard Stanley's forecast. There's a strike. 0-1 the count to Jacob Hallmark. Stands are filling up again, Stanley. It is amazing. Sunday afternoon, the grandstands are packed. There's a nice pickoff move, but back safely is Hauser.
Well, this community gets behind them. I'm talking to some host families. We've had some the Wisconsin kids. They've been doing some things, some activities.
There goes the runner. And a throw down to second is in time for an out. Tyler Greenland catches Coulter Hauser. Bang, bang play. One split second later, he would have been safe. But a great throw by Greenland, and Hallmark is gunned down at second for the first out of the inning.
Hauser,
correction. Thank you.
But Greenland, he looks good behind the plate, JP. He's got a good arm.
So that's the first caught stealing against the host team from Lawrenceburg in this tournament. So one out, nobody on base, and the count now 2-1 to Hallmark.
Vinny just missing high on every pitch, it seems like. Sure, the coach is telling him, follow through, follow through.
Pitch is swing and a miss. And Hallmark will trot down to first, but thrown out by Greenland. So drop third strike, and there are 2 gone here in the first.
Batting now for Lawrence County, the first baseman, number 25, Ryan Weathers.
So if Lawrenceburg is going to continue their streak of scoring runs in the first inning, they're going to have to do it with 2 out now.
Ryan Weathers steps in. Had an excellent World Series. Takes a strike. 0-1 the count. That pitch is low for a ball. Weathers for the World Series is 4 of 6 with 5 RBIs, hitting .667, Stanley, here this week in 2 games. That pitch is low.
He's been a consistent hitter for this Lawrenceburg team.
And the count is now 2-1. The third hole hitter for Lawrenceburg and Ryan Weathers. Here's the pitch. There's a ground to the left side of the infield. Trey Moore at short. Across the diamond in time. Wisconsin and Vinny gets Lawrenceburg 1-2-3 in the first. The boys from Eau Claire coming to the plate when we return to Lawrenceburg, Tennessee. The 2015 Babe Ruth World Series only on the Exports Radio Network, Exports TV as well. We'll be back after this.
Whether you're an all-star athlete or a weekend warrior, don't let pain keep you out of the game. At Southern Tennessee Orthopedic and Spine Centers, our orthopedic, spine, and sports medicine experts care for athletes and average folks alike. We're your hometown orthopedics and sports medicine team. Orthopedic excellence has a new name, Southern Tennessee Orthopedic and Spine Centers, Lawrenceburg, Pulaski, and Winchester.
They say time is money. And if your life is any indication, they sure are right. That's why First Tennessee offers convenient online and mobile tools so you can bank whenever and wherever you like. The kind of time-saving services our neighbors in Middle Tennessee are looking for. Because there's always another game, coffee, meeting, dinner, project, weekend, errand, concert, date you need to get to. First Tennessee, serving the state for over 150 years.
Welcome back to the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series in Lawrenceburg, Tennessee. JP Plant, Stanley Wilson here with you as take a look at the Eau Claire lineup from Wisconsin. Trey Moore will lead things off playing short. Jackson Koska in center will hit second. Ryan Vinny on the mound hits third, hitting cleanup. Keegan Calchera. Tyler Greenland behind the plate will bat fifth. Logan Irvine, the extra hitter, sixth. Elliot Van Grunsven will hit seventh, batting eighth. Tyler Rymanschneider in left. Noah Hansen in right hits ninth. Ben Prissel is at second, and he hits 10th.
Jacob James on the mound for Lawrenceburg. JP, a big, tall left-hander. As I mentioned in our pregame, his best pitch is his curveball, and he says that when it's working, he's on.
Big, tall lefty for Lawrenceburg. Kicks and fires. The first pitch over for a strike. 0-1 the count to the leadoff hitter from Wisconsin, Trey Moore. And last night, the Wisconsin contingency handed out a gift basket to host president Alan Betts. That one is over for a strike. And to Doug Howe, the grounds, head of the grounds. And in it had some cheese curds. Also some local brews from Wisconsin. They're known for that as well. That pitch is fouled away. And a couple of other cheese accoutrements.
What they're famous for.
Love their cheese. I had some friends over in Charlotte when I lived there for 10 years and that were from Wisconsin, and we got along very, very fondly with our affection for cheese. A pitch is fouled away. Kind of remains 0-2 to leadoff hitter Trey Moore. Jacob James on the mound for Lawrenceburg. Wind is pretty dead right now. That ball is chopped foul to the right side out of play. Count remains 0-2.
Yeah, there's hardly any breeze out here, except from the breeze from the fans that the fans are using.
Yep.
The hospital supplied them with those. We've got a cooling tent also here. If people get a little overheated, then go over there and cool off.
That's right. There's a swing and a miss. Jacob James gets a strikeout on Moore swinging to start off the bottom of the first.
That was a good pitch by Jacob. He kept it up in the strike zone, away from the batter, I should say. Made him go out there and reach for it.
No score, bottom of the first, 1 out. Nobody on. Jackson Koska, the hitter for Wisconsin, facing the tall lefty and Jacob James. There's a strike on the inside corner. 0-1 the count. And Jacob James, his favorite athlete, is Randy Johnson. And his delivery and his windup, I'm sure he's watched plenty of Johnson try to emulate that. It looks very similar. There's a strike, swing and a miss. And it's 0-2. Wind starting to pick up now a little bit, moving from left to right, blowing in ever so slightly. Sun coming out here in Lawrenceburg. Swing and a miss. Jacob James is rocking and firing here in the bottom of the first. Back-to-back strikeouts to start this game.
He really hasn't shown that good curveball.
Number 8, Ryan Penny.
You got a left-hander up right here. Let's see if he uses it here.
Ryan Vinny, pitcher. Open stance. First pitch from James goes outside for a ball. 0-1 the count. Rather 1-0, my apologies. Game 2 of 4 on Denver Trap Field today. Same thing over at Tom Cruise Field. That ball is lifted into left center field. Coming in and charging is Lance Pope. It gets over his head. Retrieving it from center is Hauser. And walking into second is Ryan Vinny. Stands there with 2 outs.
Well, that ball was hard hit on a line drive. And it just kind of went over his head. And they're going to give him an error.
He charged a little too quickly.
He got to the ball, and then he had to stop, put the brakes on, and then jump, and it just mistimed his jump.
So the hitter will be Keegan Calchera. And at second is Ryan Vinny. There's a strike. 1-1 the count.
You got Hucker behind the plate, Weathers at first, Crane at second, Hallmark at short, and Bailey at third, kind of the way they've been doing it. Lance Pope, the pitcher in the last game, got in left field. Hauser in center, and Staggs in right field. Of course, Jacob James on the mound.
Another swing and a miss. A warm day in Lawrenceburg, Tennessee. First pitch of game 1 was in the mid to upper 70s. That ball gets past Huckabee. Moving to third is Ryan Vinny. As the ball bounced off the plate. Wild pitch for James. And the count is even at 2-2. Two-two delivery coming from James with the runner Vinny at third. 2 outs in the inning. Vinny reached on an error. The pitch is high. Count now full.
Let's see if he comes back with a fastball here or goes to that breaking ball. Runner at third. You got to block that ball behind the plate.
There's a line drive back up the middle. That will score Vinny, and Wisconsin jumps on Lawrenceburg first here in the bottom of the first. It's 1-0 on the RBI single from Keegan Calchera. So the error affects Lawrenceburg, and Vinny comes around to score with 2 outs.
Yeah, well, that's going to be an unearned run there. And the inning will continue with Tyler Greenland coming up, JP, the catcher.
And throw back over to first. Back in time is Calchera. Another throw over. Tyler Greenland, the hitter. Catcher for Wisconsin. So James got the first 2 hitters to strike out. There's a strike on the outside corner.
That was a good pitch. Kept it away from him. Using that corner.
And then after the 2 strikeouts with 2 outs, Ryan Vinny reached on an error. And then came to third on a wild pitch, and then came in on a single. Pitches outside. Count even at 1-1. Lawrenceburg got down to Pittsfield, Massachusetts in their opener, or rather to Fargo, North Dakota in the opener, 1-0. There's a strike and a swing and a miss. They battled back with a few runs in the first and took over that game. And then scored 12 in the first last night against Pittsfield, Massachusetts. Sun is beaming out right now. There goes the runner. Calchera on to second. The throw of the third base side. Not in time as Calchera steals base. He's at second with 2 outs. The pitch was a ball. Count now even at 2-2.
Well, they got a good jump right there.
Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss. As James strikes out the side, but Wisconsin does get 1 run on 1 hit, 1 error, 1 runner left on base. We played 1. Lawrenceburg coming to the plate. This is the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series on the X-Sports Radio Network and X-Sports TV.
Main Street Lawrenceburg is proud to support the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series. Downtown is in the midst of an incredible revitalization led by Daryl Valentine and the Main Street Board in an effort to make downtown the heartbeat of the city. Come join us downtown where you'll find many shops and restaurants for folks of all ages, streets full of history, and much more. Visit MainStreetLawrenceburgTN.com. On behalf of Daryl Valentine and myself, April Judkins, Main Street Lawrenceburg Director, we hope to see you downtown.
They say time is money. And if your life is any indication, they sure are right. That's why First Tennessee offers convenient online and mobile tools so you can bank whenever and wherever you like. The kind of time-saving services our neighbors in Middle Tennessee are looking for. Because there's always another game, coffee, meeting, dinner, project, weekend, errand, concert, date you need to get to. First Tennessee, serving the state for over 150 years.
Welcome back to Lawrenceburg, Tennessee. Denver Trapp Field on the campus, or near the campus of Lawrence County High School in Lawrenceburg, Tennessee. We're glad to be here with you for the World Series. The host team from Lawrenceburg coming to the plate. It'll be Pope, Crane, and Burleson. And let's take a check at the field conditions.
Yeah, let's look at your field condition and dimensions are brought to you by Express Med Urgent and Primary Care. Convenient, fast, painless. Express Med. Are you sick? They're quick. And JP, this field looks probably in the best shape it's been in since Thursday before the rain that hit us Friday. Then looks like it's drying out very nicely and may have some fast tracks out there. 336 down the lines from left and right and 375 to deep center field.
Yeah, we've seen the speed on the base pads, I think, pick up a little bit as the day went along. As that sun keeps baking down. And Lance Pope hits it to short, more off his foot, unable to get to it. That was a tough play. Let's see what they score that one. Either way, Lance Pope stands at first. And that is a hit.
That was a hard hit.
That was
there.
hard. I have no problem with that.
Infield hit for Lance Pope. A hard hit grounder. Here's a hot hitting Sam Crane.
Old Sam here. First pitch to him is low for a ball. Ryan Vinny got Lawrenceburg 1-2-3 in the first. And maybe one or two times in the first three games now. I think that's happened, Stanley. Here's the 1-0 from Vinny. Crane takes it high for a ball. And it's 2-0. David Weathers, your manager, he is at third in the coach's box. Mike Crane, the coach, is at first base. Josh Purcell, third coach, is in the dugout. The pitch is fouled away. And the count 2-1. Those three coaches have been together for a long time, and certainly for all three runs to the Babe Ruth World Series as 13s, 14s, and now hosting as 15-year-olds. 2-1. Just missed high.
It is a tight strike zone for both pitchers right now.
3-1. Yes, it is. Three-1. Lays to the right side. Will he get through? It's off the glove of Prissel. And another tough infield play. Maybe another infield hit, Stanley, as he was about to fall down, was Prissel.
Well, he got over there to it, but he just couldn't corral it up. I mean, if I was official score, they're going to give him an error.
There we go. So error on the second baseman. That allows Pope to reach second. Crane is at first. First two runners on here in the second. Bailey Burleson will step into the batter's box. He's the extra hitter this afternoon. First day game for Lawrenceburg. Squares around to bunt. The sacrifice works. To third is Pope. Only one play to go, and he throw it away at first. Coming home will be Lance Pope. Rounding third is Sam Crane as the ball gets all the way to the bullpen. Crane will score, and now standing at third is Bailey Burleson. So the sacrifice and an error on the throw, and Lawrenceburg has a lead now, 2-1.
Well, there you go again, but making a bunt, putting pressure on the defense, and they could not execute the out. And Lawrenceburg took advantage of it to score the 2 runs to go up 2-1 here in the top of the second.
Batting now for Lawrence County, number 6.
You know, you watch the major leagues on television, and they bunt and they execute and all that good stuff, but here in this level right here, you've got to execute on defense, and you got to be precise, and it can be a challenge for some folks.
All right, and the hitter, another sacrifice. This is a squeeze from Bradley Huckabee, the catcher. It works, and coming home is Bailey Burleson. So just like that, Lawrenceburg now has a 3-1 lead on back-to-back sacrifice bunts.
You know what, JP? If you're going to play on this Lawrenceburg team, you're going to have to know how to bunt, because they will call that bunt. And a squeeze play worked perfectly right there. Getting it down to the third base line. The third baseman had a little problems picking it up. By the time he got it in his glove, the runner had already crossed the plate.
So Huckabee is at first. The hitter is Drew Bailey, playing third today for Lawrenceburg. They now lead it 3-1. So the only 2 times that Lawrenceburg has been down, it was 1 run. There goes the runner. Another sacrifice bunt. It works as Vinny gets the out at first on Bailey, but standing at second now with 2 outs is Bradley Huckabee. So back-to-back sacrifice bunts, and Lawrenceburg moving the runners around.
Another good bunt there by Drew Bailey. This time the pitcher came off the mound, Vinny. Made a good play on defense to get the out.
1-3 officially on the putout, and the hitter is the pitcher, Jacob James, lefty. And he takes the first pitch high for a ball.
And going to the top of the third in the other game, no score with Giles County and Texas.
Texas is the only team to beat California. California's done nothing but score 37 runs while giving up just 3. 37-3 in their last 2 games.
Wow.
That pitch is high for a ball. With wins over Giles County and earlier today over Montana. 37-3. Pitch is outside for a ball. 3-0 the count. On deck is Ben Staggs, a right fielder. As Lawrenceburg sends 10, they've done that the entire series. Last year in Ocala Stanley, they chose not to do that and just went with 9. There's a strike outside corner. As Vinny grooves 1, 3-1 the count.
See Mr. Bobby Alford in the crowd there.
Oh, yeah.
The man that started up the Lawrenceburg Babe Ruth League.
He threw out the first pitch Thursday night at the opening ceremonies along with others. There's a strike on the outside corner. And the others, of course, were the 78 and 81 Kiwanis Club presidents that hosted it, Paul Plant and Jerry Jones, and then Daphne Cope as well. It was a part of the Kiwanis Club there. Swing and a miss, and Jacob James goes down on strikes for the second out of the inning. At the plate now, Ben Staggs.
Now Giles County has scored a run. They're up 1-0 now over Texas. Top of the third.
Staggs hitting .500 for the tournament. 2 for 4 in his 2 games. Swing and a miss, big cut. 0-1 the count.
He tried to pull that outside pitch. I think if he had that one to do over again. It's 1-1 count.
Huckabee at second. That pitch is high from Vinny. 2-1. (3-1) your score. Lawrenceburg over Wisconsin. It's the third game for both of these teams in pool play in the American Division. Giles County, Tennessee is in the National Division. They're playing right now on Exports TV 2. That pitch is low for a ball. 3-1 the count. And as Stanley mentioned, Giles County up currently on Texas. 1-0.
A little breeze coming in.
Yeah, it is. There's a pitch. It is low, and Staggs draws a 2-out walk.
That'll get to the top of the order,
That's
JP.
right. Cycle up at the top of the order, and Coulter Hauser. He walked and was picked off attempting or forced out in the first. 2 runners on, first and second. The first pitch to Hauser, outside corner for a strike. Hear a helicopter in the background. Yeah. I don't know if
we had
life flight.
Parasailers last night.
Yeah, we did. And Vinny steps off the mound. Nobody was there. Huckabee was nearly halfway to third. (0-1) the count to Hauser. Gets to the left of Greenland. And Huckabee and Staggs, that's all they needed.
Yeah, that's a good jump by Bradley up from second base. Getting touched up by David Weathers right now. Oh, Huckabee, he's got a great personality.
Yes, he does. Aggressive base running from Lawrenceburg, Tennessee. That pitch is just a bit outside. And the count now goes to 2-1 to Coulter Hauser, the leadoff hitter for Lawrenceburg. 3-1, host team with the lead over Eau Claire, Wisconsin. That pitch is fouled away, out of play. And the count goes to 2-2. Top of the second, runners at second and third, 2-2 count with 2 outs. Here's the pitch to Hauser, lifted into, just caught by Prissel. Thought it might get to the outfield, but Prissel easily makes the catch with the 3rd out of the inning. But not before Lawrenceburg gets 3 runs on 1 hit, 1 error in the inning, 2 errors in the inning, and we go to the bottom of the second. Lawrenceburg 3, Wisconsin 1. This is the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series, only on the X Sports Radio Network and X Sports TV.
Whether you're an all-star athlete or a weekend warrior, don't let pain keep you out of the game. At Southern Tennessee Orthopedic and Spine Centers, our orthopedic, spine, and sports medicine experts care for athletes and average folks alike. We're your hometown orthopedics and sports medicine team. Orthopedic excellence has a new name: Southern Tennessee Orthopedic and Spine Centers, Lawrenceburg, Pulaski, and Winchester.
Portable power at the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series is made possible by our friends at Rent Right in Lawrenceburg on Buffalo Road. Rent Right, providing power where needed.
And we need it.
Yes, we do. Getting power out to our cameras in the outfield and down the first base lines. We got 3 cameras on this field, 3 cameras on Tom Cruise Field. And then when the elimination round, the championship round, starts on Tuesday, we're going to beef it up to 4, Stanley, maybe even 5.
Wow.
Tell you what, we're looking forward to joining crews. We've got an excellent crew here in Lawrenceburg. Up for Wisconsin here in the bottom of the second, it'll be Irvine, Van Grunsven, and Ryman Schneider. First pitch from James to Irvine is over for a strike. 0-1, and I would imagine, Stanley, that the first inning, despite the run, James is looking sharp and exactly what you'd hope to see.
Yeah, that was an unearned run, as you mentioned, and he's pitching pretty good.
3-1 your score. Lawrenceburg with the lead over Wisconsin. James kicks and fires and outside.
He's trying to work that outside corner on Irvin.
Logan Irvine swings and miss. High fastball from James.
Logan was trying to take that pitch to the parking lot out there in left field.
He's going to take it a ride to Bodenham. Is that where we were trying to go?
Yeah.
Somewhere towards Pulaski. There's a crab ball foul.
Down Weekly Creek here.
That's right. Going to land on the front steps at Mars Hill Baptist over there. One of many, many churches in town that have fed players all week long and will continue to do so. That one gets away from James.
You think these boys have had some country cooking?
I tell you what. You know, you were at the coach's breakfast on that Wednesday morning when they had chocolate gravy and they had other kinds of gravy and grits.
They didn't know what it was at first, and then when I think Wanda Shook came out and told them what it was.
Swing and a miss. James with his 4th strikeout of the ball game.
And Wanda at the Lawrenceburg Elks Lodge and told them, said, guys, this is chocolate gravy. And at that time, about 3 or 4 of them got up and said, okay, we'll try this one out.
Chocolate. That's all I had to say.
And they were telling the story about Willingston, and one of the host moms didn't know how to make it, so she got on the online to look it up. That one's high. And she found the recipe, and I think she's still making it today, 3 years later.
I tell you, the host family was Elliot Van Grunsven, by the way, the hitter for Wisconsin. 1-0. Here's James with the delivery. Fouled away. Yeah, I hear a lot of stories about the host families from Williston, North Dakota, in particular with these players that were there 2 years ago.
Well, I was talking to Janice Hillhouse between games, and she's got a couple of kids from the Wisconsin team, and I said, have they eaten any groceries? She said, are you kidding me?
The 1-1 strike inside corner. James is looking sharp right now in the early going.
Not only are these kids teenagers, they're athletes too, and they burn a lot of fuel out there. They're going to practices and.
Strike 3. Paints the inside corner, James. All 5 outs so far have come with a strikeout. And 2 outs in the inning. It'll be Tyler Rymanschneider, the left fielder. First pitch to Rymanschneider is going to be low for a ball. Well, Stanley, did you partake in any of the chocolate gravy?
No, well.
Did you not have chocolate gravy in Alabama?
It depends on who's listening.
It depends on who's listening. Foul ball.
I promised somebody I would eat healthy.
Oh, okay. So no, you did not.
None of your business, JP.
No, you partook from the fruit cup they had there, right?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
I ate lots of the fruit.
Lots of fruit, some orange juice.
Isn't that what a biscuit is? A biscuit's fruit, isn't it?
That's a vegetable, right? Popped up on the infield. Crane coming in, and who's got it? It is Sam Crane. 3rd out of the inning. 1-2-3 goes Wisconsin in the 2nd. Lawrenceburg coming up in the 3rd. We play 2. It's 3-1, the host team over Wisconsin. This is the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series on the X Sports Radio Network and X Sports TV.
All over the Tennessee Valley love Story and Lee furniture.
I haven't found anything in the whole Tennessee Valley that's the size of Story and Lee.
We know when we come into Story and Lee, we're going to get good quality furniture. We know we're going to get a great price.
With over 144,000 square feet of furniture to choose from, it's the largest furniture store in the Tennessee Valley.
When we go look other places, we always wind up back here for a better buy.
You got to come see Story and Lee.
Story and Lee Furniture in Leoma, Tennessee.
Babe Ruth League's biggest summer events come to you from all across the country, from Cal Ripken Baseball to Babe Ruth Softball to Babe Ruth Baseball. BRN, the Babe Ruth Network, is your daily insight into all things Babe Ruth League. Tune in every day to check out what's going on these all-star tournaments and maybe catch your team and make our plays of the day. Go to BabeRuthNetwork.org. Do a fine job keeping up with all the mini World Series. There are 9 World Series that Babe Ruth
has
to keep up with in the span of probably, 3 weeks maybe?
Yeah.
3 to 4 weeks.
That's wonderful.
They do a great job with that. We're glad they are part of our broadcast, the Babe Ruth Network. You may see that if you're watching on X Sports TV, and a little BRN logo down the bottom right. Jacob Hallmark to lead things off here in the top of the 3rd. First pitch from Ryan Vinny is low and outside for a ball. 1-0 the count. And with the call here in the middle innings, Stanley Wilson.
All right, Jacob Hollywood Hallmark. He bunts it down the first base line, but foul. Ron Vinny still on the mound for Wisconsin, the Eau Claire team. Home of the old minor league Bears, where Hank Aaron got his start, where he went on to become a superstar for the Milwaukee Braves and the Atlanta Braves. He played his last year as a major leaguer in Milwaukee as a Brewer. Ground ball towards short. Third baseman's going to cut it off, and he bobbles it, and he's not going to be able to throw him out. I don't know if the shortstop had a better chance at that or not, but
I think as slow of a roller as that was, the third baseman in Van Grunsman was the only shot at getting Hallmark, as he is a fast runner. And I think he tried to look up before he caught the ball in his glove.
So Hallmark is on at first base. by an error, their 4th error of the game for Wisconsin. That'll bring up Ryan Weathers, the first baseman, batting right-handed here. Throw over to first, back in time easily.
Hallmark not afraid to lead off a little bit.
He's right where the grass starts coming in. He's got a big lead over there. Throw back over, back in time. Head first. Weathers looks down at his father, David Weathers. Swung on, fly ball towards center field. He's going back, still going back, and he makes the catch right at the wall, and he turns and throws, but Hallmark, who was almost to second base, has to hurry back to first. But Ryan Weathers put a charge into that one into right center field. And Koska ran it down. Nice play.
Tell you, in many other Babe Ruth parks, Stanley, that might have been out of here. He took a charge to it. He's hitting the ball so well this tournament.
That'll bring up Lance Pope.
He singled and scored in the second. His first plate appearance.
Ball high. Lawrenceburg up 3-1. Here in the top of the third. They're the visitors in this game. That was popped up out of play. Runner going, swung on, popped up first base side. Hallmark's going to have to hurry up and get over if it stays in, and they can't get it. He's right at the fence. That was going to be a tough play. As Calchera went over and tried to get it off the fence. So it's just a foul ball, and Hallmark's back at first base. 1-2 count, 1 out. We're in the top of the third inning. Lance Pope, your batter. Hallmark at first. Vinny looks back to first, winds and fires to the plate. Swung on, popped up this time to first base. They got a play on it. Calchera over there, he's got it. 2 out now. That'll bring up Sam Crane, the second baseman for the Lawrenceburg squad. Crane wearing number 5, the same number Johnny Bench, the keynote speaker, wore for many years. Cincinnati Red Hall of Fame catcher. Swung on and missed. Runner going. Throw down to second. Not in time as it gets away, but not far enough for Hallmark to advance.
It was a really good throw by Greenland.
He's got a good arm.
I remember from Thursday, they were the first game that we did here on Denver Trap Field. He is one of the quickest I've seen at this age of coming up out of that crotch and making that throw.
There's a wind in the pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 2. 0-2 now on Crane. 2 out. Trying to get a base hit. Hallmark will be going on the crack of the bat. And more likely with his speed, he could score. Ball outside. Mr. Bobby Alford in the building. We got live TV. A ground ball toward third. He's up with it. Throw over the diamond. In time. That'll do it for Lawrence County in their half of the third. No runs. They strand 1. Your score going to the bottom of the third. Lawrence County 3, Wisconsin 1. You're listening to Exports Radio Network and Exports TV. Back in a moment.
They say time is money. And if your life is any indication, they sure are right. That's why First Tennessee offers convenient online and mobile tools so you can bank whenever and wherever you like. The kind of time-saving services our neighbors in Middle Tennessee are looking for. Because there's always another game, coffee, meeting, dinner, project, weekend, errand, concert, date you need to get to. First Tennessee, serving the state for over 150 years.
This state tournament recap is brought to you by State Farm agent Brad Nielsen. For all your auto, home, or life insurance needs, call Brad Nielsen at 931-762-8181. Looking across the park, we see Giles County on top of Texas now, 2-0. That game is in the fourth inning. So Giles County sneaking up on Texas right now with that lead. Here it is 3-1. Lawrenceburg with the lead over Wisconsin. Noah Hansen, the hitter, takes the ball, and with the call once again, Stanley Wilson.
All right, they got 0-1 on the. I think it should be 1-0. Ball outside. 3-1. Jacob James on the mound with the lead. Noah Hansen batting for Wisconsin. Here's one of the pitch. That one's outside. Here's the pitch coming. That one's outside. It was a strike on that first one. So it's 3-1 now. James is falling behind here. Hansen looking to get a walk. And then that one misses, so it will be a walk. So Hansen strolls down to first base. That'll bring up I'm not going to say the number 9 hitter, it's number 10 hitter, Ben Prissel.
Coming to the plate now for Eau Claire, the second baseman, number 2, James Preisel.
Preisel, I beg your pardon.
We've been calling it Prissel.
Okay.
Could be Preisel.
First pitch to him, squares around the bunt, misses it, throw down to first, back in time safely. Hansen was going to take off if he got the bunt down. Huckabee throwing it down there quickly to Ryan Weathers, who put the tag on, but he was back in there barely. 3-1, Lawrenceburg up. Bottom of the third here on this Sunday afternoon. Here's the one and the pitch. Strike in there. Caught that corner. He's crowding the plate. Threw it right under his hands.
And Stanley, we were talking about chocolate gravy in the previous half inning. Well, Steve Powell from North Dakota says, quote, "We love gravy in Williston."
That one's bunted foul. Thank you, Steve.
Oh. Spreading the chocolate gravy love. Coast to coast, Stanley.
Well, that's what's memories are made. That's
right.
What's made for these World Series. You remember the results of the games and the champions and all that good stuff, but the memories is what you really remember for the rest of your life. Here's the wind in the pitch. Curveball. Misses outside. 2-2 now.
And Stanley, Giles County now up 3-0 over Texas.
Wow.
That game going to the bottom of the fourth.
Well, they forgot about that game from last night. They're out there to get their act together now. That one up high. Full count now. Payoff pitch coming up. James goes over to first. Hansen back over there easily.
You know, Stanley, we talk about the host family, and this is the last year that Babe Ruth, the 13-15 Babe Ruth World Series, will use the host family. You may have heard Keith Mayer Durham at the Celebration of Champions event the other night. I'll talk more about it after this pitch.
That one's fouled off.
But he's hosting some players from Westchester, California. He said, I'm going to be rooting for the boys that I got staying with me. But I'll be honest with you, when they play Lawrenceburg, in my heart, I'm going to be rooting for my home team. And, look out, I see folks like Johnny Lyles, who's got some folks from Wisconsin. He's sitting on that side of the stands. I'm curious as how boisterous he is either way.
Yeah, I think this is the Steve Hester and Rhonda Hester's got some Wisconsin kids. And as you mentioned, Johnny Lyles, and I think I've already mentioned Janice Hillhouse had some. That one's high. So another walk puts 2 runners on now with first and second. C.J. Jackson's going to go down to the bullpen, JP, and start loosening up.
Jackson pitched the 6th inning, or rather the 7th inning, against Fargo opening night. Did give up a run, but pitched a solid inning. This would be the 2nd appearance for him if he were to come in. Well, James has got a pretty big leash here, though.
Trey Moore, the top of the order for Wisconsin. And induce a ground ball right here would be sweet. He tries to square around the bunt. Ball's high. Moore steps out, gets his signs from the coach at third base. Now he's back in there. 1-0 count, nobody out. 2 runners on at first and second. Wisconsin trying to cut back into this lead that Lawrenceburg has at 3-1. Here's a wind of the pitch to the plate. Ball way outside. Now James is having problems finding the strike zone.
Struck out the first 5 hitters he faced. Now is walk 2 here in the 3rd. And is behind 2-0 to the leadoff hitter, Trey Moore.
That pitch inside. Runs the count to 3-0 now. So James has got to come right at him. Let's see if he tries to lay down a bunt here, knowing that a fastball will probably be coming in there. Hanson ready. Here's the wind of the pitch from James. Strike called. Excuse me, that's Moore. Moore thought it was a ball 4. Hanson at second, Prizzle at first. Trey Moore, your batter, shortstop for Wisconsin. Here's the wind and the pitch. He squares around the bunt, bunts it right back in front of the plate. Huckabee out from catcher, throws down the first in time. Crane covering. So there's 1 out, but runners will advance to second and third. And that'll bring up their number 2 hitter, Jackson Kotska.
Two, 3 on that put out stand. I tell you what, Huckabee, so quick out of his crouch, threw the helmet off and fired a strike to Sam Crane, who had rushed over to cover as Weathers charged in on the bunt. Well executed by both teams.
It was. That was a good bunt, too. So James now got 1 out, but he's got runners at second and third. Needs a pop-up or a strikeout right here. Ground ball down the third base line, foul.
That
Just
one,
barely, though, JP.
Nearly hit Hanson, of course. He's where he should be in foul territory. You're always taught at third base, as you lead off, do it so in foul territory, because if you get hit, it's not an out.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're in fair territory and you get hit off the base, it's an out.
Good point. 3-1 now. Here's the wind of the pitch. Ball high. Evens the count at 1-1. 3-1's your score. Lawrenceburg over Wisconsin. But Wisconsin threatening here in the bottom of the 3rd inning with 2 runners at second and third and only 1 out. Kotska, the batter. Center fielder for this Wisconsin group. That one's in the dirt. James up to 55 total pitches. 31 of those strikes. That one's in the dirt. Nice stop by Huckabee.
Yes, it was.
I think it might have gone into his chest protector. He's going to maybe come up on him. Hit him in the chest and not the protector. I think that's what happened. He had to walk around a little bit, catch his breath. Now he's ready. He's behind the plate. 3-1 count, 1 out. Koska can sit on a fastball right here. Hitter's count. Here's the wind and the pitch from James coming. Strike. Nice pitch on the outside corner. Koska shaking his head. Yep, that was a strike.
Well, you can tell that, Lawrenceburg with the big win in their first 2 games, a little more tension. You can feel in the fans. I don't know if it's the sun or if it's just a close score, but
yeah,
you can feel a little
attitude.
bit. Yes, it is.
That one's high, ball 4, but first base was open. That may not have been a bad walk. You hear the wind blowing through our microphones coming through our window here in the press box. I'm not complaining. You're watching their TV feed. You see all the fans when their center field shot waving those fans that the hospital provided for them. Timeout now for David Weathers to come out.
All right, while David steps up to the mound, I want to remind you to watch and listen to every game of the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series from Lawrenceburg, Tennessee by visiting xsportsradio.com, the X Sports Radio Network, and X Sports TV, where the Babe Ruth World Series comes to life and available only at xsportsradio.com. And, of course, reminder, during the World Series, you can watch replays of all the games on X Sports TV. But as soon as the World Series is over, shortly after that, we will take those off the YouTube channel. But we do have DVDs that if you would like to remember all the games from the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series, you can purchase those here, either here at the ballpark at the PSEC tent, or we're going to make those available online for those who may not be here and would like to get a DVD. So we'll have more details about that throughout the World Series. Check back later at xsportsradio.com.
Bases loaded for Ryan Vinny. Weathers back in the dugout. Now Jacob James still on the mound. Here's the wind of the pitch from the left-hander. Strike in there. David may have come out there and said, look, throw strikes, let your defense do some work back behind you. Keep the ball down, try to get a ground ball or a pop-up. Here's the wind and pitch to Vinny. Ball way outside. I think Jacob James is having a problem finding his release point right now. He's not being consistent with it. He's kind of all over the plate.
Well, he had a nice groove when he works from the windup. And now in the stretch, you're right, doesn't appear to have a groove.
That one just misses outside. That was a curveball. Started it over the plate. And Jacob wanted that one for a strike. 2-1 count, 1 out. We're in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Lawrenceburg leading 3-1, but Wisconsin threatening here with the bases loaded. Here's a wind and pitch to Vinny. That one's fouled off to the left side. And look out, folks.
Wind picking up, as you can maybe hear through our microphones.
Oh, that feels good.
It does. Old Glory is now.
She's flying high.
She is flying out of left center field.
That one's way upstairs. Runs the count full now, 3-2 on Ryan Vinny. Bases loaded, nowhere to put him.
It's going to be a big pivotal moment here, Stanley. Full count, and James struggling a little bit. Wisconsin could break something open here.
Here's the wind, a payoff pitch coming. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Jacob James reared back and fired that one by him. Vinny just swung through it. 2 out now. And that'll bring up Keegan Calchera, the first baseman, the number 4 hitter.
Number 15, Keegan Calchera.
So Calchera steps in there with 2 out now. Jacob James ran that count to full, but he threw a fastball right by Vinny. Here's the wind, the first pitch. Ball high, 1-0. Pitch coming. It's low, 2-0 now. Again, James falling behind. James looks in, gets his sign from Huckabee. He winds and he fires. Swung on, fouled off at the plate. 2-1 now. Two and one count, 2 out. Lawrenceburg up 3-1. Wisconsin got the bases loaded here. Here's the wind of the pitch. Swung on, popped up out of play. Evens it up at 2-2 now. Jacob James got a chance to get out of this one with the right pitch right here. James looks in, looks over to third. He's at the belt, winds and fires. Almost hit him. But Cachero gets out of the way. Falling down to his backside, getting his pants dirty. Runs it full now, 3-2. So we got a payoff pitch coming up, JP. James looks over. 3-2 pitch on its way. Swung on. Fly ball toward right field. Staggs coming over. He can't get to it. It goes by him. Hauser backing him up. He picks it up. 1 running in. 2 runs are in. 3 runs are going to score. As Keegan Calchera hits a double to right center field. Ben Staggs dove for it and extended himself, but just could not come up with it. And that'll clear the bases. And so they'll go up 4-3 now here in the bottom of the 3rd inning.
That was a huge play. We knew James got the better of the previous hitter. And with the bases loaded, sometimes that's all it took. 1 swing of the bat, and Wisconsin now has the lead. 4-3.
Well, with 2 out, the runners were going, and Calchera just took the pitch the other way. But give Ben Staggs a lot of credit to try to get to that ball. Strike on the outside corner. 0-1. Here's the wind of the pitch. Strike 2 to Greenland, the catcher, Tyler Greenland. 0-2 on him now. Wisconsin has gone ahead, 4-3. And Keegan Calchera's double. That one's outside. 1-2. Here's a pitch. Just misses outside. Evens it up at 2-2 now. Calchera down at second base after his bases clearing double. Puts his team up 4-3 here in the bottom of the 3rd. Two-two pitch on its way. Outside, runs it full. 3-2 now. Huckabee looks over to Josh Purcell, gets his sign. Now he's going to relay it to Jacob James. James at the belt, looks back to second base. He winds and he fires to the plate. Swung on and missed, strike 3. But Wisconsin scores 3 big runs in the bottom of the 3rd. They take a lead now, 4-3 over Lawrenceburg. We go to the top of the 4th. You're listening to Exports Radio Network and Exports TV. Back in a moment.
They say time is money. And if your life is any indication, they sure are right. That's why First Tennessee offers convenient online and mobile tools so you can bank whenever and wherever you like. The kind of time-saving services our neighbors in Middle Tennessee are looking for. Because there's always another game, coffee, meeting, dinner, project, weekend, errand, concert, date you need to get to. First Tennessee, serving the state for over 150 years.
There are many reasons to see Lawrence County, Tennessee. See it for the nature. See it for the culture. See it for the history. See it for the recreation. See it live. Lawrence County, Tennessee. Simple pleasures, natural treasures. For more information on Lawrence County tourism, visit sealawco.com or contact the Lawrence County Chamber of Commerce.
Welcome back to the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series in Lawrenceburg, Tennessee. JP Plant, Stanley Wilson here with you from our Parks Lumber broadcast position. And also all of our camera positions built by Parks Lumber. We're so thankful to them. And also our coverage on Exports TV, in part by Valentine Enterprises and First Tennessee Bank. Your score is 4-3. Wisconsin with a double, clearing the bases in the last inning by first baseman Keegan Calchera to take the lead 4-3. It will be Burleson, Huckabee, and Bailey up for Lawrenceburg. And here with the call, once again, Stanley Wilson.
All right, Bailey Burleson coming up. Ryan Vinny still on the mound for Wisconsin. Swung on a miss, strike one. Lawrence County, the home team, the visiting team. That one in there for a strike.
Oh.
There's a shot toward right field. It's going to get down for a base hit. And Burleson will be on at first base to lead off the top of the fourth inning. Lawrence County with 3 runs on 2 hits and 1 error. Wisconsin 4 runs, 2 hits, and 4 errors. This game summary brought to you by the Summit at Home, helping individuals live independently at home. JP, check our score over there.
I will. We got a courtesy runner first for Lawrenceburg. Luke Shannon will come in to run. And our new score over on Tom Cruise Field in the 5th inning, Giles County 3, Texas 1.
Bradley Huckabee come up. They got some speed out there with Shannon. So Huckabee may be looking to put a button down right here and move him around. Trying to get that run back to tie this ball game up. Lawrenceburg trailing 4-3 here at the top of the 4th. He's not squaring around. Pitch is high. Ball 1-0.
God Bless America being sung over on Tom Cruise Field, 5th inning stretch. Probably see that here in a couple of innings. Master of Ceremonies Paul Plant will take the field.
Throw over to first, back in time easily is Luke Shannon.
And I take no responsibility for what happens when he has the mic.
He's not a ham, is he?
No. He's a country ham is what he is.
Curveball in there for a strike. Evens it up at 1-1 now. Nobody out. We're in the top of the 4th inning. Lawrenceburg trailing 4-3. Luke Shannon on at first base after Bailey Burleson hits stroke to single to right field. Pinch running. That one's foul tipped at the plate. So count goes to 1-2 now. Playing Huckabee straight away. Infield in just a little bit. Halfway in at second and short. Here's the one of the pitch. Runner going. Nice hit to right field. A hit and run. Huckabee makes around to first, and Shannon's going to make it all the way to third. Good hitting right there by Bradley Huckabee. Going the opposite way, and the hit and run. And there was a big old gap between first and second, and he took advantage of it. And Luke Shannon made his way all the way around to third base, JP.
Yeah, that's exactly why you do the hit and run, to get the defense in motion. It creates some larger holes with which to hit through, and it paid off right there. And if you're doing your job by slapping it, trying to get to the other side of the field, which Huckabee did so perfectly, it pays off, and you got runners at the corner now with nobody out.
Drew Bailey will be the batter. First pitch to Bailey, swung on right back to the mound. He's going to look Shannon back to third. They throw to second. And now Shannon's going to break to home, throw to the plate, not in time. So the speed pays off as Luke Shannon gets that run back, and we're tied up 4-4 here in the top of the fourth. Ball bounced us back to the pitcher. Vinny turned around, threw to second, shortstop covering. Shannon, he looked first at Shannon, and Shannon froze. Started going back to third, and as soon as he threw it to second, he started breaking to home. And when he saw the ball going to second, Luke Shannon took off and scored. We got a pinch hitter coming up, and that's going to be Jacob Laws. Laws didn't start in this game, and he's going to bat for Jacob James right here. So we may have a pitching change coming up. So Laws up there to pinch hit. They're really playing him straight away. Strike in there, which is kind of unusual because there is a big gap between right and center field.
Laws hitting .200 for the World Series, 1 for 5 at the plate in 2 games.
Here's the line of the pitch. Runner going, ball outside, throw down to second. Not in time as he missed the ball. The ball stayed on the ground. He tried to swipe the tag, and he didn't have it in his glove. So Drew Bailey's safe at second.
The ball was there, Stanley.
It was.
Yeah.
He just didn't catch it. He stopped the ball. The ball was on the ground. He thought it was in his glove, and he swiped him.
It landed right in the buildup of dirt. Kind of got lost in the mix there.
There's a shot back up the middle for a base hit. Here comes Bailey. He's at third, and they're going to hold him up right there as the throw comes in, and Laws is going to make his way down to second base easily. So Jacob Laws with a shot right back up the middle.
Well, I tell you, Stanley, even though the run didn't score by Drew Bailey, a great hit, and Laws did not slow down, realized exactly what was happening, that the throw was going to be made to home. And if he hesitated at all, he could have been thrown out, but he kept on going and now stands at second with just 1 out in scoring position. Smart base running. I tell you, that's one thing I've noticed from this Lawrenceburg team is the little intangibles like that, the base running. You know, last year in Ocala, it hurt them from time to time, but they have been really aggressive and really smart on the base pads here hosting the World Series this year.
Now to bring up Ben Staggs. First pitch to Staggs is low for ball 1-0. Yeah, you're right, JP. We remember the couple of situations in Ocala last year that cost us some runs, actually. We got the outs on the base paths. But this year they look like they're got that situation handled. Ball outside. I was talking to Michael Crane, and he said, you remember I made a list. I said, yep, you're right. You made a list right after the World Series ended last year, and they've been working on those all year long. So 2-0 now. Runners at second and third, 1 out. Top of the fourth inning, tie ball game 4-0. Here's the pitch. Swung on. There's a shot toward left field. It's going to get down. 1 run is in. Here comes Laws. They're going to wave him in. Staggs around second, using his speed to try to get to third, and there's not going to be a play. And Ben Staggs has hit a stand-up triple to put Lawrenceburg up 6-4.
Stanley Staggs now is 3 for 6 at the World Series with, count 'em, 6 RBIs. All 3 hits, he has plated 2 runs.
Some clutch hits, right, JP?
I'll tell you what. That's out of the 10th position in the batting order.
Hey.
if that doesn't tell you how deep this team is, last year we talked about it. Lawrenceburg only went with 9. And this year, they're so deep that they can afford to go 10.
Yeah, they dropped him down to take the pressure off, but he's been coming up with clutch situations, and he's been coming through for them too. So Ben Staggs with a stand-up triple. Square around the bunt is Hauser. Using that speed down there with Staggs. He's one of the speediest guys on the team, him and Hauser. Playing center and right field. But he hit that ball so far, even Laws could score from second base.
That's right.
Big Jacob motoring around there. And he had to stop, get him a drink of water in the dugout. 6-4 now, Lawrenceburg up. And popped up in the infield. Catcher coming over, first baseman coming over. Catcher's going to call for it, and Greenland catches it back from his catcher's position. So Hauser's out on a pop-up. Scoring at home, that's an F2. Some people write it 2F.
Batting now, number 7, Jacob Hallmark.
So Jacob Hallmark could come up here with 2 out. Ben Staggs still at third base. Hallmark looking for a base hit right here. Wisconsin trying to get out of the inning with no more damage. Finney at the stretch, looks in, fires. Curveball just misses. 1-0. There's a little blooper into right field. It's going to get down, and Ben Staggs will score easily, and Hallmark is on at first base with a single. 7-4 now is your score. Lawrenceburg up by 3. 2 out here in the top of the 4th. They've scored 4 runs so far, and they're not done yet as Ryan Weathers comes up. Wind's blowing, and blowing some clouds around, JP. Get that stuff out of here, Ben Luna. Weathers up. Vinny winds and fires at the plate. There's a shot right back up the middle into center field. Hallmark at second. He's going to stay right there. Weathers on at first with a base hit. Now Lance Pope comes up here. He's due in this game.
Well, Vinny now is 68 pitches. And it appears that the Lawrenceburg hitter's starting to figure out the stuff from Ryan Vinny.
He's got an infield hit and a pop-up. But he's ready to get hold of one. Wind picking up big time now.
We got some clouds back to our northeast, and
first pitch in there for a strike on the inside corner, 0-1. Weathers at first, Hallmark at second. Lawrenceburg scored 4 in this inning, leads 7-4 now. They gave up 3 in the bottom of the 3rd to go behind.
we've got some rain that's coming in basically from the southeast, and looks like it may skirt, as you can see from our right field camera if you're watching on Exports TV, but some clouds may skirt to our north here at the ballpark. We might get lucky here this afternoon.
Line of the pitch way outside.
But the wind has shifted and is blowing back a little south, so it might push it down a little bit. As it is very close to us.
We can
Parts
deal with,
of Etheridge. Yeah.
We'll deal with the rain, not the lightning.
That's right. Campbellsville and Etheridge may be seeing some rain already.
Here's the pitch. That was fouled off. Threw it right at his hands. Battled it. Down there is Lance Pope. Seven to 4 is your score. Top of the 4th inning. Lawrenceburg scored 4 runs here to take the lead. 2-2 count on Lance Pope. 2 out, 2 runners on. First and second. Hallmark at second. Weathers at first. Ron Vinny gets his sign. Looks back to second. Fires to the plate. Way outside. Runs it full now. 3-2. So payoff pitch coming here. That flag is really blowing out there now in center field. Ball high, so that's going to load them up. Vinny strolling off the mound. He wanted that pitch. They got some action in the bullpen. I can't tell who that is because my eyes are not that good. I should say they're not that young anymore.
Big spot for Sam Crane. Seeing the ball well, hitting the ball well, hit it right to some people. But he could bust this thing open right here.
He's been hitting on the nose, you're right. First pitch to him, strike on the outside corner.
And he has thrived in these types of situations in the past.
Crane back up there. That was fouled off down the right field line. Just foul, right by the bag. Crane now with an 0-2 count on him. Vinny looks in, gets his sign. He winds it, he fires. Ball high, 1-2. Bases loaded for Lawrenceburg, but there is 2 outs.
And Stanley, we've got an update from Tom Cruise Field. Giles County and Texas now tied at 3. That game going into the top of the 6th.
So 2 good games going on at the same time. There's a shot back towards shortstop. He's up with it, flips to second for the force out, and that'll do it for Lawrenceburg. But they score 4 runs in the inning, and they have retaken the lead 7-4 over Wisconsin. We go to the bottom of the 4th. You're listening to the X Sports Radio Network and X Sports TV. Back in a moment.
Develop a strong, clean, healthy body, mind, and soul. Develop a strong urge for sportsmanlike conduct. Develop understanding of and respect for the rules. Develop courage in defeat, tolerance and modesty in victory. Develop control over emotions and speech. Develop into real, true citizens.
At the Babe Ruth League, we are not only developing the next generation of ball players, we are developing the next generation.
Main Street Lawrenceburg is proud to support the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series. Downtown is in the midst of an incredible revitalization led by Daryl Valentine and the Main Street Board in an effort to make downtown the heartbeat of the city. Come join us downtown where you'll find many shops and restaurants for folks of all ages, streets full of history, and much more. Visit MainStreetLawrenceburgTN.com. On behalf of Daryl Valentine and myself, April Judkins, Main Street Lawrenceburg Director, we hope to see you downtown.
They say time is money. And if your life is any indication, they sure are right. That's why First Tennessee offers convenient online and mobile tools so you can bank whenever and wherever you like. The kind of time-saving services our neighbors in Middle Tennessee are looking for.
As Lawrenceburg leading after what I've got on my scorecard is 5 runs in the 4th to make it 8-4. Scoreboard says 7. We're actually checking and going back and forth.
Can you scroll down?
Yeah, you can put your headset on. You can talk to if you want to there. We'll check it out. So anyway, either way, Lawrenceburg is leading.
But we're not the official scores, right?
No, we are not the official scores. But that doesn't mean we aren't right.
I know. I agree with you.
We do have a pitching change. We'll get this sorted out. We have a pitching change for Lawrenceburg. I believe it's going to be Christopher Jackson. 22 is on the mound. And I believe that's all the changes as you continue to hear the wind blow.
Yeah.
We are getting close to some weather. It might skirt us or it might just hit the corner of the ballpark here in Lawrenceburg. Either way, it'll be Logan Irvine, Elliot Van Grunsman, and Tyler Ryman-Schneider. Stanley?
Irvine hits a pop-up toward left field, and here comes Pope in for it. This is the first pitch from Bailey Burleson. It's number 12. Burleson on the mound. Start of the game is the EH. Ball low. I bet you that Jacob Laws will stay in the game as the EH, as the extra player.
Makes sense.
Ground ball toward first. Weather's up with it. He's going to step on the bag. So 2 out quickly here in the bottom of the 4th. Lawrence County up 7-4 according to the scoreboard in the center field. First pitch low. I think.
Yes, it was.
1-0. Ruben Snyder. There's a shot towards short. Hallmark stops it, throws on to first in time. Didn't pick it up cleanly, but he kept it in front of him, and he makes the play. So 1-2-3 for Wisconsin. They're half of the fourth inning. We go to the top of the fifth. Score remains Lawrence County 7, Wisconsin 4. You're listening to the Exports Radio Network and Exports TV. Back in a moment.
Main Street Lawrenceburg is proud to support the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series. Downtown is in the midst of an incredible revitalization led by Daryl Valentine and the Main Street Board in an effort to make downtown the heartbeat of the city. Come join us downtown where you'll find many shops and restaurants for folks of all ages, streets full of history, and much more. Visit MainStreetLawrenceburgTN.com. On behalf of Daryl Valentine and myself, April Judkins, Main Street Lawrenceburg Director, we hope to see you downtown.
Whether you're an all-star athlete or a weekend warrior, don't let pain keep you out of the game. At Southern Tennessee Orthopedic and Spine Centers, our orthopedic, spine, and sports medicine experts care for athletes and average folks alike. We're your hometown orthopedics and sports medicine team. Orthopedic excellence has a new name, Southern Tennessee Orthopedic and Spine Centers, Lawrenceburg, Pulaski, and Winchester.
Heart attack increase.
We welcome you back to Lawrenceburg. Clouds have moved over Bobby Brewer Park. The wind has picked up as we head to top of the fifth, 7-4. Lawrenceburg with the lead, and once again here with the call, Stanley Wilson.
All right, Bailey Burleson will lead off for Lawrenceburg. 1-0 count as that one misses outside. Here's the next pitch. That one's outside, 2-0 now. Two-0 pitch on its way. There's a shot toward right field. Is he going to get down? No. Good play. Noah Hansen coming over and making this catch, going to his knees. Nice play right there. And bring up Huckabee, Bradley Huckabee, catcher for the Lawrenceburg squad. First pitch misses outside, 1-0. Curveball over for a strike. Evens it up at 1-1 now. One out here in the top of the fifth inning. Lawrenceburg up 7-4 over Eau Claire, Wisconsin. Swung on and miss. Strike two. 1-2 now on Huckabee. Huckabee likes to go the opposite field. That's where he's found his success in this World Series. Ball high. Evens it up at 2-2 now. That one's outside. There's a chopper over the mound. Shortstop up with it, throwing to first in the dirt, but scooped up for the out. Nice play. Shortstop Moore came over. There's a high chopper over the mound. He got it and threw on to Calchira at first base, who made a nice scoop.
Yeah, that's a great play by Moore. He only had one shot, and that was to pick it cleanly on a sprint. He did so, was able to make the play.
Drew Bailey will be the batter now with 2 out here in the top of the 5th inning. And that one almost hit him. Thought it did, but he got out of the way. So 1-0 now, 2 out here. Wind still blowing left to right. That one's outside. 2-0 to Bailey. And keep the inning alive. Jacob Laws will be the next batter, who came in for Jacob James. Ball low. Three 3-0 count. Ryan Vinny still on the mound for Wisconsin, going the whole way. Here's a 3-0 pitch. Took something off of it for a strike. 3-1 now, 2 out. There's a pop-up toward left field. Center fielder coming over, and he's going to make the running catch. Nice play there by Kotska. So that'll do it for Lawrenceburg in their half of the 5th inning. They failed to score. Your score remained Lawrenceburg 7, Eau Claire, Wisconsin 4. We go to the bottom of the 5th. You're listening to Exports Radio Network and Exports TV. Back in a moment.
Why do people all over the Tennessee Valley love Story & Lee furniture?
I haven't found anything in the whole Tennessee Valley that's the size of Story & Lee.
We know when we come into Story & Lee, we're going to get good quality furniture. We know we're going to get a great price.
With over 144,000 square feet of furniture to choose from, it's the largest furniture store in the Tennessee Valley.
When we go look other places, we always wind up back here for a better buy.
You gotta come see Story & Lee.
Story & Lee Furniture in Leoma, Tennessee.
There are many reasons to see Lawrence County, Tennessee. See it for the nature. See it for the culture. See it for the history. See it for the recreation. See it live. Lawrence County, Tennessee. Simple pleasures, natural treasures. For more information on Lawrence County tourism, visit sealawco.com or contact the Lawrence County Chamber of Commerce.
Welcome back into Lawrenceburg. God Bless America just sung by Paul Plant, the Master of Ceremonies, and a standing crowd get off their feet here in the 5th inning stretch, if you will. As your score, Lawrenceburg 7, Wisconsin 4. And it looks like we've got a pinch hitter. No, the Henson is still up. It should be Hanson, Prissel, and in the top of the order for Wisconsin. On the mound is Christopher Jackson. Will have his 2nd inning of work.
Bailey Burleson.
Burleson, new pitcher? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, thank you very much. We don't have numbers on the front of the Tennessee jerseys there. It's just a bunch of creamsicle colors.
Bunch of stripes.
Bunch of stripes. All right, Bailey Burleson is pitching.
Yeah, he's started his 2nd inning of pitch.
Okay, thank you. All right, so umpire is. Did you get a confirmation on something?
We had 10 batters go to the plate that inning.
Okay.
We left the bases loaded, so that's three batters, and we had 3 outs. Nobody got out on the bases, so that's 6 right there. So we only had 4 runs in that. So it's 7-4 is the score. Now we're ready to go. Noah Henson up, making a great play out in right field. First pitch to him outside from Bailey Burleson. Burleson working his 2nd inning of relief of Jacob James. There's a strike on the outside part of the plate. 1-1 now. Going way outside. Seven to 4 here. Going to the bottom of the 5th inning. Strike in there. Working that corner, that outside part of the plate on this left-handed hitter. 2-2 count, nobody out. Here's the wind and the pitch. Swung on, there's a shot right to Drew Bailey. Went to one knee and grabbed it. So a soft liner to third base. Gets the first out here. Ian Prissel, the second baseman, comes up. Ball inside. That one's fouled off the end of the bat. Evens it up at 1-1 now.
The temperature has dropped now down to the low 80s, 81.
Feels good.
Yeah, it does feel good. We got that nice breeze blowing, and I do believe the wind is going to skirt around the ballpark.
That one's inside. If you look at the flag is going crazy and the flagpole's moving back and forth, back and forth. 2-1 count. Here's the wind and the pitch. Ball inside. 3-1 now. Burleson's falling behind here. Bottom of the 5th inning. Lawrenceburg up 7-4. Been a good game. That one's inside, so he'll get a walk. That'll bring up the top of the order as Prissel makes his way down to first base.
And Stanley, you may hear the cheers. They actually had a review, if you will. The umpires got together and convened over the last 5 minutes whether a play at third. So Giles County had run off the field. That was going to be the third out. Now they're coming back onto the field, and Southern Brazoria County, Texas, has a runner at third in a tie ball game.
First pitch here is high. Trey Moore, the batter, the top of the order for the Ohio Valley champs from Eau Claire, Wisconsin.
That game's getting interesting next door.
Yeah, it is.
You can watch that on Exports TV 2 with Kevin Kilpatrick and Cam Mashburn on the call.
Ball outside.
You can also listen locally on Radio 103.1 and on the TuneIn Radio app, Exports Radio.
We've had our first home run over there in the previous game by a West End Williamsport, Pennsylvania player, Nolan Ott, whose uncle is Ed Ott, a catcher from way back when I was keeping up with baseball.
That is way back, Stan.
Over to first.
way back.
Yeah. Rode my horse down to watch baseball. Runner gets his lead at first. This Prissel. Burleson looks over, fires the plate. Swung on and missed. 2-1 now, one out. Wanting to look over that other one. Everybody's screaming over there.
Texas just scored. They now lead 4-3. That game in the bottom of the 6th.
Throw over to first. It gets away from Weathers. Goes over the right field fence in foul territory. He's rounding second. On his way to third is Prissel. Throw in. Not in time. He stands up at third. So we're going to have to charge somebody with an error there.
That probably goes on the pitcher Burleson with the throw over there.
It looked like a good throw. Moore back in there. Here's the wind of the pitch to him. Strike. Nice curveball. Broke right over the plate. 2-2 now. Bottom of the 5th inning here. Wisconsin up. They're the home team in this game, this pool game. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Jackson Kotzka, the center fielder, comes up.
Number 10, Jackson Costa.
That one's popped up out of play behind us. Look out.
And Stanley, we'll give a shout out to Jay Sevier from Lawrenceburg. He and a buddy of his from Eau Claire, Wisconsin. They're watching it on a big screen in a bar in Chicago, Illinois.
Wow.
Tweet if you guys can hear us. That's right. Tweet us a picture at Exports Radio. And by the way, anybody else out there who's watching it on their big screen at home, in a bar, in a restaurant, wherever you may be, anywhere across the country, tweet us your picks, and we'll retweet those out. Let folks know where all you can watch the Babe Ruth World Series.
0-2 pitch misses outside. 1-2 now. Glad to have you. How ironic is that? A buddy from Lawrenceburg and Eau Claire at the same place.
In Chicago.
Yeah. Here's the line of the pitch. There's a shot towards center field. Hauser comes in now. He's got it. And that'll do it for Wisconsin. They're half of the 5th inning. They failed to score. The score remained Lawrenceburg 7, Eau Claire, Wisconsin 4. We go to the top of the 6th. You're listening to the Exports Radio Network and Exports TV. Back in a moment.
Main Street Lawrenceburg is proud to support the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series. Downtown is in the midst of an incredible revitalization led by Daryl Valentine and the Main Street Board in an effort to make downtown the heartbeat of the city. Come join us downtown where you'll find many shops and restaurants for folks of all ages, streets full of history, and much more. Visit MainStreetLawrenceburgTN.com. On behalf of Daryl Valentine and myself, April Judkins, Main Street Lawrenceburg Director, we hope to see you downtown.
And welcome back into Lawrenceburg, Tennessee in the Babe Ruth World Series. Live from our broadcast position built by Parks Lumber. And our coverage on Exports TV presented by Valentine Enterprises and First Tennessee Bank. JP Plant, Stanley Wilson here with you on the Exports Radio Network and Exports TV. As Bailey Burleson got out of a jam there in the bottom half of the 5th inning. And Lawrenceburg maintains a 7-4 lead. Jacob Laws will be the hitter to lead things off for the boys from Lawrence County.
JP?
Yep.
He's going deep right here.
Oh, wow. Wow.
That
got the wind blowing to the right.
Got a new pitcher out there. He's going to try to throw a strike right here. Jacob got a big hit last time up. Been struggling a little bit, but
there's a pitch that's popped foul territory. Coming over as the catcher, Greenland.
So much for that
first out of the inning. Well, we'll put that one on you, Stanley.
Yeah. I have to change my ESPN.
All right. So Ben Staggs will be the hitter. First pitch to him is a ball. Want to know the count.
He's got my play of the game so far with that stand-up triple.
Curveball. Curves in there for a strike. Count even at 1-1. And Giles County now with bases loaded and 1 out. In the top of the 7th there. As that pitch is for a ball.
Shadler's got a pretty good looking hook out there.
So Levi Schaller, the pitcher. There's a line drive into left center field. Going to get down for a base hit, and Ben Staggs continues his red-hot hitting for Lawrenceburg.
Batting now for Lawrence County, number 9, Coulter Hauser.
Nice little stroke right there by Ben Staggs. We got speed on the bases here at first base. Wisconsin trying to get a double play ball out of Hauser. Throw over to first. That was close.
That was close. So Hauser, there goes the runner. It's a sacrifice bunt. Charging at third and making the play was Van Grunsven. A bang play.
Ooh.
And there's 1 out in the inning.
He was safe. Sorry.
Batting now for Lawrence County, the shortstop, number 7, Jacob Hallmark.
2-man crew out there, not a 3-man crew. You had to watch second and third.
Ultimately,
second and first.
Yeah, the sacrifice does work. It moves the runner up.
Two out, though. It was shot to right field for a base hit.
Yep. And stopping at third is Staggs. Making his way to second is Hallmark. So Staggs, he planted his cleats into the grass as David Weathers goes over and chuckles at him. Says, well done, my bad. A little late on the top. But he stopped.
He was headed home, wasn't he?
Yes, he was.
They're going to put Weathers on an intentional walk, JP.
And I would do the same. He has got a hot bat as well, along with Staggs. The 2 outs, runners at first and second, rather second and third. First base is open.
That should pump up Lance Pope now.
So the 4th pitch there, allowing Ryan Weathers to take first base.
Batting now for Lawrence County, number 4, Lance Pope.
So bases are loaded for Lance Pope. Big spot. That pitch is high.
Lance
1-0 the count.
Lance is due for a clutch hit. He's a good hitter.
Pitch is a little low for a ball. Food up in the press box. How about that, Stanley? It's a big-time tournament now.
Yeah.
Here's the 2-0. It is low.
We kicked Rush Brewer out and we got food.
All right, 3-0. No place for Lance Pope to go. I imagine he'll be taken here. Levi Schaller on the mound. Here's the pitch. It is low, ball 4, and it's 8-4 Lawrenceburg.
And for Lawrence County, second baseman number 5, Sam Crane.
We talked about posting where you're watching. We got Daniel Warren watching from his home in Lawrenceburg. And there is some rain in the area. As the hitter is Sam Crane. First pitch to him is a ball.
Yeah, it's headed right toward us.
So bases loaded, 8-4. That pitch is in there for a strike.
That curveball working.
There's a pop fly to right field, out of play. And the count now 1-2. Fans starting to scurry to find a little shelter with the rain coming in.
Yep, and umbrellas popping up just in case. And it's over there by the
pitch is outside for a ball.
The practice fields of the football and the soccer fields over there.
Yep, down at Babe Ruth Park, I think is already getting a little wet.
Get out of here, Ryan. Get out of here.
2-2 the count here.
We've had enough of you.
2 outs, bases loaded. The pitch from Schaller. Crane drives it into left center field. Hallmark scores. Weathers waved around third, cut off, and he slides in safely. It's 10-4 Lawrenceburg.
Sam Crane with another big clutch hit right there.
So Crane at first, Lance Pope at second, and Bailey Burleson is your hitter.
We can handle the rain, JP, just not the lightning.
That's right.
They will call it off if lightning is in the area. Yep, and moisture is fouled off at the plate.
So 0-1 the count. (10-4) now. Lawrenceburg with the lead over Wisconsin. Pitch is low and in the dirt. Gets a little. And he is safe.
Said it's coming to flood in Etheridge.
So the 1-2 to Burleson is high. 2-2 the count. Levi Schaller on the mound for Wisconsin. Here's the pitch. It's high and it's full. 3-2. We're in the top of the 6th inning. Lawrenceburg, the host team, leading Wisconsin 10-4. Lawrenceburg 2-0 in pool play. Wisconsin 0-2. Here's the payoff pitch with 2 outs. Driven to the right side of the infield. In comes Prissel. Has it, and just holding on at first was Calchera as Burleson was sprinting down the line to retire the batter and the side. Lawrenceburg gets 3 more runs in the 6th. We head to the bottom of the 6th inning. It's now a 10-4 Lawrenceburg lead over Eau Claire, Wisconsin. Live from Lawrenceburg on the Exports Radio Network and Exports TV.
Develop a strong, clean, healthy body, mind, and soul. Develop a strong urge for sportsmanlike conduct. Develop understanding of and respect for the rules. Develop courage in defeat, tolerance and modesty in victory. Develop control over emotions and speech. Develop into real, true citizens.
At the Babe Ruth League, we are not only developing the next generation of ball players, we are developing the next generation.
There are many reasons to see Lawrence County, Tennessee. See it for the nature. See it for the culture. See it for the history. See it for the recreation. See it live. Lawrence County, Tennessee. Simple pleasures, natural treasures. For more information on Lawrence County tourism, visit sealawco.com or contact the Lawrence County Chamber of Commerce.
And we welcome you back to Lawrenceburg, Tennessee in the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series. As Lawrenceburg with 3 in the 6th, they lead it now 10-4 over Eau Claire, Wisconsin. As it will be, let's see, Vinny, followed by Calchera and Greenland. As you can see from our right field camera and our operator, Mr. Darian McCroskey, you can see some dark skies to the north and east of the ballpark.
We've got Kendall Franklin coming in the game. He's going to play left field.
All right.
C.J. Jackson is on the mound.
So Franklin in left and Jackson now is on the mound. First pitch was in there for a strike. That one's low for a ball. 1-1 the count.
On the mound for Lawrence County now is number 22, C.J. Jackson.
Jackson, the lone representative of Wayne County and Collinwood, as they have a team that plays in the Lawrenceburg Babe Ruth League. That pitch is low for a ball. And Stanley, we've got extra innings on Tom Cruise Field. Texas and Giles County, top of the 8th, tied at 4.
It's our first extra inning game.
That's right. Pitch is pulled foul. Count even at 2-2. You can watch that live on Exports TV or listen to it locally on FM 103.1, TuneIn Radio app, Exports Radio Online. There's Cam Mashburn and Kevin Kilpatrick on the call. There's a little chopper, and Jackson will easily take it, but no, fouled off of Vinny's ankle. Two coming. Nobody on, nobody out. There's a line drive. Crane tries to jump the ladder, and it goes off his glove for a single into right center field. Crane Hardy has made one incredible play at second base. Thought he about had his second one right there. So that puts Vinny on at first. The hitter will be Keegan Calchera. First pitch. It is low for a ball. That is low. Count 2-0. Throw over to first. Back in time is Vinny. (10-4) Lawrenceburg over Wisconsin. Bottom of the 6th. Dimmer Trap Field. There's a ground ball to the left side. Up with it is Bailey. On to second in time for one. And on to first for a double play. 5-4-3. Bailey, Crane, and Weathers. And there are 2 outs in the 6th.
You know, they may not have won the round the horn skills competition the other day, but that one right there was around the horn. 3rd to 2nd to 1st.
Eau Claire, number 5, Tyler Greenwood.
Greenland coming up. Good-looking hitter and good-looking catcher. He's becoming my all-series catcher real quick.
Yeah, he is good behind the plate. Takes the first pitch low for a ball. 1-0 from CJ, Christopher Jackson. He's taking the mound here in this inning. Two and 0 the count. Greenland settles in for the left side. Here's Jackson. Swing and a miss. And 2-1 the count. Pitch is low. 3-1. Here's the pitch. It is low for a ball, and Greenland makes his way to first.
Right now for Eau Claire, number 18, Logan Irvine.
That big double play right there. They could have 2 runners on here with 1 out.
Big cut, swing and a miss. Oh, 1 the count. Wind still whipping through the ballpark. Sun has popped in and out. Pitches outside for a ball. Count even at 1-1. There are 2 outs in the inning after the 5-4-3 double play. Did he check his swing? No, he did not.
Home plate umpire didn't need any help on making that call.
That makes the count 1-2. Greenland at first. Here's the pitch from Jackson. Slow curveball gets him swinging. Did he foul it off?
Yep.
He did foul it off. Just got a piece of it.
Went under Huckable's glove.
And the pitch. Swing and a miss. No doubt about that one. As Jackson gets him swinging to retire the side. Wisconsin gets a runner on, leaves them stranded. We go to the 7th. Lawrenceburg holding on to a 6-run lead, 10-4 over Eau Claire, Wisconsin on the Exports Radio Network and Exports TV. Back after this.
Why do people all over the Tennessee Valley love Story and Lee furniture?
I haven't found anything in the whole Tennessee Valley that's the size of Story and Lee.
We know when we come into Story and Lee, we're going to get good quality furniture. We know we're going to get a great price.
With over 144,000 square feet of furniture to choose from, it's the largest furniture store in the Tennessee Valley.
When we go look other places, we always wind up back here for a better buy.
You gotta come see Story and Lee.
Story and Lee Furniture in Leoma, Tennessee.
They say time is money. And if your life is any indication, they sure are right. That's why First Tennessee offers convenient online and mobile tools so you can bank whenever and wherever you like. The kind of time-saving services our neighbors in Middle Tennessee are looking for. Because there's always another game, coffee, meeting, dinner, project, weekend, errand, concert, date you need to get to. First Tennessee, serving the state for over 150 years.
And we welcome you back to Lawrenceburg in the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series. We head to the top of the 7th. And up first for Lawrenceburg, Bradley Huckabee. As the first pitch was inside, that one's fouled away. Got even at 1-1.
The dark clouds are still there. They're just not coming over here, thank goodness.
Yeah, the sun is actually out on both fields.
Steve Moore up at Etheridge telling me that they've had quite a bit of rain up there. That one hit him.
All right, so Huckabee will trot his way down to first.
Here's the first hit for Lawrence County, number 11, Austin Clanton.
So Clanton knows pinch hit here.
All right, Austin Clinton. And a double play to get out of the inning for Texas over Giles County, as now Giles County does lead 5-4. That heading to the bottom of the 8th. First pitch to Clanton is low for a ball, 1-0 the count. Bang, bang play for Texas. Here it's 10-4, Lawrenceburg over Wisconsin. There's a line drive into right field. Charging is Hanson. Gets past his glove. Huckabee rounding second. He's on his way to third. He will be sent home. The relay will stop, and standing at third is Austin Clanton with an RBI triple, scoring Bradley Huckabee.
Batting now for Lawrence County, number 23, Jacob Laws.
So Jacob Laws will step into the batter's box. Now 11-4 over Wisconsin. Any calls here, Stanley?
I'm not going to call anything on this one. I just know if Jacob can get hold of one, it'll go.
Ooh. That was fouled away.
Jacob wants that one back. He slaps his bat. He wants that one back. They've been wearing him out with breaking balls.
Yep, that's about all he's ever going to see. The 0-2 now to Laws. Another breaking ball. Did he go? Yes, he did. Got him on the high change up there.
Yeah, he couldn't lay off of it.
Yeah. So Laws goes down swinging. First out of the inning. And that'll bring up the red-hot Ben Staggs.
Oh.
And he popped this one up high on the infield, coming in. And making the grab from short is Moore.
That wind blew it all the way from the second base, shortstop side, all the way over to the second base side. He just missed that one.
Yep.
Though. He wants that one back,
yes,
too.
He does. So that'll bring up top of the order for Lawrenceburg and Coulter Hauser. Curveball, pretty pitch in there for a strike.
It was a nice curve.
1-1 the count, 2 outs, 11-4 your score. Lawrenceburg over Wisconsin. The top of the 7th. Just missed the outside corner. The count is even at 1-1. Giles County and Texas in the bottom of the 8th. Extra innings, 5-4. Giles County with the lead. There's a pop-up. Will it stay inside the park? It will, but a long run for Calchera, unable to grab it. One and 2 the count. The Coulter Hauser. $11-4 your score. Oh, that nearly hit him. High and tight.
Curveball hit it right to his head. Dropped over. Not for a strike, but out of his. He had to back out of there.
There's a line drive into right field. Hanson unable to get to it, and scoring from third is Clanton. So Coulter Hauser, it's an RBI single, and it's 12-4.
How many times have they wore out that little spot over the
I know.
short right field, right over the first base? It has been very productive for this Lawrenceburg squad in this World Series.
So Jacob Hallmark, 2 for 4. He singled and scored back in the 6th. His last at bat. He takes that one high and inside for a ball. 1-0 the count. What an upset that would be if Giles County could hang on in the 8th there.
Big win
over
right
Texas.
there.
It could be. Throw over to first, back in time. Well, that national division is kind of getting jumbled up. Texas has defeated California. California now with 2 big wins. Giles County, close loss to Sarasota. Sarasota with a win. There's a strike on the outside corner. Texas with the win. And if Giles County wins this one, they'll both be 1-1. So that could get interesting as to who comes out of that division. There's a line drive into right center field. Hanson coming over, making the grab for the 3rd out of the inning. But Lawrenceburg able to get 2 more runs on the board. They lead it now 12-4. Last chance for Eau Claire, Wisconsin. We'll have it for you when we return to Denver Trap Field and Bobby Brewer Park in Lawrenceburg, Tennessee, the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series. We'll be back after this.
Main Street Lawrenceburg is proud to support the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series. Downtown is in the midst of an incredible revitalization led by Daryl Valentine and the Main Street Board in an effort to make downtown the heartbeat of the city. Come join us downtown where you'll find many shops and restaurants for folks of all ages, streets full of history, and much more. Visit MainStreetLawrenceburgTN.com. On behalf of Daryl Valentine and myself, April Judkins, Main Street Lawrenceburg Director, we hope to see you downtown.
Whether you're an all-star athlete or a weekend warrior, don't let pain keep you out of the game. At Southern Tennessee Orthopedic and Spine Centers, our orthopedic, spine, and sports medicine experts care for athletes and average folks alike. We're your hometown orthopedics and sports medicine team. Orthopedic excellence has a new name, Southern Tennessee Orthopedic and Spine Centers. Lawrenceburg, Pulaski, and Winchester.
Welcome back to Lawrenceburg and the Babe Ruth World Series. And our broadcast position built by Parks Lumber. JP Plant, Stanley Wilson here with you. We head to the bottom of the 7th, last chance for Wisconsin. CJ, Christopher Jackson on the mound. First pitch to Van Grunsman's fouled away, 0-1 the count. That one's fouled away as well. And the count is 0-2. And Texas has just tied it in the bottom of the 8th at 5-5. There are 2 outs.
Ooh.
That one nearly hits him.
He got out of the way.
Yes, he did.
He danced out of the way, I should say.
Make the count 1-2.
Throwing it back. He gripped it too long.
And that is a little low for ball, 2-2. That pitch is low for ball. And not close for a ball there.
Huckable's having problems. He's got a hand problem. He can't get the ball back to the pitcher. He wants to call a timeout. He goes out and says up to CJ he's ready to get back behind the plate, but he's having problems throwing it back to the pitcher right here.
So the hitter, pinch hitter for Wisconsin, number 9, Kaz Paulskill.
High, 2-0 now. CJ, Christopher Jackson trying to close them out here for Lawrenceburg. Runs at the 3-0 now. Wisconsin's trying to stay alive.
Here's the 3-0. And that is outside, so Paulskill draws a 4-pitch walk, but runners at first and second after back-to-back walks from Jackson.
Previous batter was number 9, Chad Paskill. At the plate down, number 14.
So Noah Hansen step into the batter's box on the left side. 12-4 your score. Sun back out. See some more blue skies. We might be in the clear, guys. For now, anyway.
Very odd weather.
Yep. Strike. Very un-August-like.
Yeah, I mean, it's supposed to be burning up and pop-up showers. I can understand that, but.
There's a grounder to the right side of the infield. Sam Crane on to Hallmark at short for 1. The second, rather, and not in time for a double play, but they do get a force at second for the first out of the inning.
Not a hard hit ball. He had to wait on it a little bit. Then made the flip to Hallmark at second base, and Hansen hustling down first base line to keep Wisconsin alive here in the bottom of the 7th.
So they'll put runners at the corners with 1 out, and it will be Ben Prissel at the plate.
Ball low. Good save over there at first base by Ryan Weathers. He threw it in the dirt. Weathers had to come off the bag on the pickoff attempt.
Big swing and a miss. God, not even a 1-1.
Fouled off at the plate. 1-2 now.
Pitch is low. And the count now even at 2-2. That one misses. 3-2 the count. One out in the inning. Runner at third, Elliot Van Grunsven. And Noah Hansen is at first. Just one out in the inning. Double play would be nice for Lawrenceburg. Creeping in is the infield. Here's the pitch. Grounder gets past Jackson. Crane charging. Only one place to go, and that's to first. But a run does score, and it's 12-5 as Van Grunsven comes home from third. Nice play, though, there by Sam Crane.
Good play. He was charging that ball all the way.
At bat for Eau Claire, number 17, Levi Scholar.
So Hansen now at second, 2 outs. And the hitter is a pinch hitter. Actually, it's Schaller who came in to pitch. He's in that order. Takes the first pitch strike. And the second one is a little outside for a ball. 1-1 the count. There's a grounder to the left side. Diving forward was Bailey, goes under his glove. Hansen will have to stop at third. So a seeing eye single for Levi Schaller. And runners are at the corners again with 2 outs.
Yeah, I think Hallmark's moved over to third.
Has he? Okay, thank you.
And I think Austin Clanton stayed in at shortstop. Just noticed it.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Pitch is fouled away.
We need a
again,
we need a speaker box up here telling us the position changes.
Well, there are no numbers on the front of the jerseys.
Yeah.
Unless they're throwing and turning around. It's kind of hard to tell. Pitch is fouled away. What it says, though, is that Lawrenceburg has a lot of versatility with their infielders and outfielders for that matter, too. But they can move players around. A lot of people can pitch. It's 1-2 the count. On Jackson, Koska. Swing and a miss from Jackson. He gets Koska going down. And that will be the ball game. Lawrenceburg moves to 3-0 in pool play, essentially guaranteeing a spot into the championship bracket as they defeat Wisconsin 12-5. Eau Claire now moves to 0-3 on the World Series. So we will take a timeout. We'll get you the player of the game, the plays of the game, and more, including stats and an update from Tom Cruise Field, where they now are in the top of the 9th inning, tied at 5, Giles County in Texas. You can watch that live on Exports TV 2 or listen locally on FM 103.1 or on the TuneIn radio app. Just search for X Sports Radio. Stick with us, and we'll have some final stats and a post-game show when we return to Lawrenceburg in the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series. Once again, your final score, Lawrenceburg 12, Wisconsin 5. We'll be back in 2 minutes after these messages.
They say time is money. And if your life is any indication, they sure are right. That's why First Tennessee offers convenient online and mobile tools so you can bank whenever and wherever you like. The kind of time-saving services our neighbors in Middle Tennessee are looking for. Because there's always another game, coffee, meeting, dinner, project, weekend, errand, concert, date you need to get to. First Tennessee, serving the state for over 150 years.
There are many reasons to see Lawrence County, Tennessee. See it for the nature. See it for the culture. See it for the history. See it for the recreation. See it live. Lawrence County, Tennessee. Simple pleasures, natural treasures. For more information on Lawrence County tourism, visit sealawco.com or contact the Lawrence County Chamber of Commerce.
Develop a strong, clean, healthy body, mind, and soul. Develop a strong urge for sportsmanlike conduct. Develop understanding of and respect for the rules. Develop courage in defeat, tolerance and modesty in victory. Develop control over emotions and speech. Develop into real, true citizens.
At the Babe Ruth League, we are not only developing the next generation of ball players, we are developing the next generation.
Main Street Lawrenceburg is proud to support the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series. Downtown is in the midst of an incredible revitalization led by Daryl Valentine and the Main Street Board in an effort to make downtown the heartbeat of the city. Come join us downtown where you'll find many shops and restaurants for folks of all ages, streets full of history, and much more. Visit MainStreetLawrenceburgTN.com. On behalf of Daryl Valentine and myself, April Judkins, Main Street Lawrenceburg Director, we hope to see you downtown.
Welcome back to Lawrenceburg, the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series, as Lawrenceburg moves to 3-0 with a 12-5 win over Eau Claire, Wisconsin. Wisconsin now moves to 0-3 in pool play. All right, we got some particulars to get to, and let's start off with maybe the easiest one of them, and that is our play of the game, Stanley.
The play of the game, that was going to be...
Or player, I was saying player.
Well, we'll do both of them here.
Okay. Wherever you want to go,
The Casino Real play of the game brought to you by Casino Real, the home of authentic Mexican taste. I'm going to pick the triple, the stand-up triple by Ben Staggs. He knocked in 2 runs with that triple, and that kind of got him ignited. They'd gone down 4-3. They'd gone down a little bit, and then they came back there and scored the runs there. I think it was in the bottom of the top of the 4th inning to come out ahead. So Ben Staggs triple. And that will lead us to the first volunteer player of the game, and that also is going to be Ben Staggs. He went 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs and the triple, as I mentioned earlier before. So Ben Staggs, congratulations, you are the first volunteer player of the game.
And well-deserved at that as well. And Sandy, let's check on our U-Save Car and Truck Rental save of the game.
Well, the save of the game brought to you by U-Save Car and Truck Rental, where you always have a choice. U-Save Car and Truck Rental, the official rental car company of the Exports Radio Network.
Stanley, it's just game 2 today. We got a long way to go.
World Series, I know.
Keep going.
Bailey Burleson, he came in and pitched 2 innings of gave up no runs, and he kind of settled the pitching staff down. Jacob James kind of got off to a good start, but he struggled there in the middle innings. So congratulations to Bailey Burleson for pitching 2 innings of no-hit ball.
Yeah,
great. No run ball, I should say.
Did a great job, and that's becoming his MO. We watch him in high school baseball for Summertown, and he'll come in, and he's barely 5'5". He's not big.
Yeah.
And he'll come in and he'll just keep things where they are, keep the status quo. So did a fantastic job. All right. It's time now for our Vision Center final look at your stats, brought to you by Vision Center and Dr. J. Chapman. We'll take a look first at the hitting statistics for the host team from Lawrenceburg, as they were the visitors on the scoreboard today. Coulter Hauser, another big afternoon getting on base, as he went 1 for 3 and with an RBI. Jacob Hallmark 2 for 5, 1 for 3 for Ryan Weathers, 1 for 2 for Lance Pope with an RBI, 3 RBI for Sam Crane as he went 1 for 4. Bailey Burleson 1 for 3, 2 for 3 for Bradley Huckabee with an RBI. Drew Bailey went 0 for 2. Jacob James 0 for 2. And Ben Staggs, as you heard Stanley, 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs, including a triple in that game. Jacob Laws 1 for 3. Kendall Franklin did get a plate appearance. Austin Clanton 1 for 1 with an RBI in his lone plate appearance. For Eau Claire, Wisconsin, Ryan Vinny with 1 hit. Keegan Calchera 2 for 3. And Levi Schaller with a single in his lone plate appearance. And those were the only hits for Wisconsin today, as they got 4 hits total and scored 5 runs. All right, as we look at our tournament recap, looking ahead to what we've got coming up tonight. So where we stand now, at least on this field, and about to be finished on Tom Cruise, as they are still in the 9th inning.
It's still tied up.
That's right, battling over there. But we've completed Saturday's games for the most part now once Tom Cruise finishes up. So now we look ahead to what was originally scheduled for today. Initially, they were going to start around 3, but we're going to push that back, obviously, to what we've got at, what are we going with, 5?
Well, they said 5:30.
5:30, yeah.
Get this, though. Here's the deal. Glacier, Montana is playing on this field against Giles County, Tennessee, who is playing right now.
That's right.
That may be pushed back a little bit due to the extra inning game over there.
Or switched. They could switch something. I don't know if they can.
That game will be followed here on Denver Trap Field by Fargo, North Dakota, and this same Wisconsin bunch from Eau Claire. They'll be playing after the Glacier, Montana, Giles County, Tennessee game. Over at Tom Cruise Field, the next game scheduled is Sarasota, Florida, and southern Brazoria County, Texas, and they're in that game right there. So we're going to have a little delay because the 2 teams that are supposed to play right now are tied up in extra innings. And the late game at Tom Cruise Field would be Pittsfield, Massachusetts against West End, Pennsylvania. That could be starting about not at 8 o'clock or 7:30. It could be maybe 8:30 or 9 o'clock tonight. But Lawrence County will go to 3-0 in pool play, as JP says, and unfortunately for Wisconsin, they are still looking for their first win. They go 0-3 in pool play. Earlier today, it was, help me out here, the 2 teams that played earlier today, Wisconsin. Excuse me, not
Denver
Wisconsin,
Trap?
Denver Trap. Yep, it was Montana,
and California.
California, yep. California won that game. They skunked them in the 10-run rule. So we're caught up just about here. Getting caught up.
Getting close. And
my friend Jimmy Story, he said he's in the dark. And I said, man, I'm in the dark. I'm lost like an Easter egg out here. So many games going on.
There's a lot going on in the grounds crew, as you can see if you're watching still on Exports TV, getting Denver Trap ready. We're going to spare you our mug shots. No need to see that. We are going to wrap things up and take a food break. Get ready for Game 3 of the day for us here on Denver Trap. And keep an eye on the Giles County and Texas game. Top of the 10th inning right now over in Tom Cruise Field. If you haven't switched over, go ahead. Go to Exports TV as we're wrapping up now. Listen locally on 103.1 and on the TuneIn radio app. Just search for Exports Radio Network. All right, for our entire crew, Kyle Johnson, our director, our camera operators during the day, for Dustin and Ben and AJ and Darian, for Stanley Wilson, Nick Moore helped out as well. I'm JP Plant saying so long for now. Scheduled to be back with you around 5:30 or a little before. Follow us on Twitter at Exports Radio if that does change. Until then, click on over and watch the final of Giles County and Southern Brazoria County, Texas in the top of the 10th. You can watch that again on Exports TV. We'll see you in about 30 minutes live from Lawrenceburg and the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series.